Hey, what's up guys? Sad days today. Jony Ive has left Apple. I seriously never thought I'd see a headline like that. Life goes on and Apple will survive without Jony Ive, but as John Gruber of Daring Fireball put it, basically the whole front that he'd be working for them is most likely not true and he's going off on his own thing. And the fact that they haven't named a replacement is the most scary part. Regardless, let's take a look at a legacy that I doubt Jony Ive had anything to do with, and that's the iPhone 2019 lineup. Apparently he's been hands-off at Apple since the Apple Watch in 2015, the original one. It's likely that he didn't even design this lens. Regardless, I do like how it looks, and that's a very controversial opinion. You know, compared to the Android one we were supposed to get, I think this is the better of those evils. So I do already have these printed models. I shared these already with you. Today I wanted to take a look at the cases coming out of China, hot and steamy. There's a bunch of them. So of course, in the fashion, I had to buy 50 or 100 here at a time. Yeah, about 100. And there it is. That's the one for the 5.8-inch iPhone. So not only are we going to be able to see if our 3D models were correct, these are apparently the leaked CAD files from Apple of the new iPhones. And if you had any doubt whatsoever that this is the lens happening in 2019, like it is, it really is. This is the one. Hate it or love it. And let's see, the magic moment of truth. Perfect snap in, perfect button placement. There's that new switch over here. And everything seems to line up perfectly. The lens in particular, the tolerances are very impressive here. I'm actually shocked. These models came out a full month and a half before the cases, and they fit. Of course, they built the cases likely off of these or whatever other sources they may have. And let's check out the XS Max ones, or the iPhone 11 Max, the 6.5-inch. And this is in a gloss black. Let's slip it onto this. Oof, perfect fit. I'm impressed. So the lens is huge, absolutely huge compared to the old one. In fact, let me take this case and slip it on the actual phone to give you a size perspective here. So there are those two lenses. A world of difference. Yes, the camera sensor is way larger, about 2.5 times larger. Some people don't like it, but if you want better quality, I mean, logically, Apple has to make the camera larger. And adding another lens for the ultra wide here, it's huge. You know, you'll be getting some insane quality improvements, especially in nighttime shooting, but it is a very large camera. I honestly could see some people being off-put by the design and not wanting to upgrade, but knowing that every iPhone past this point will still look like this, you know, you kind of have no choice. And now with even Android manufacturers starting to copy Apple, Google's new Pixel 4 has a very similar setup. This camera lens is here to stay, whether on iPhone or on Android. You'll start to see more manufacturers copying, I think. Even on the iPhone 5.8-inch here, the XS, I mean, proportionally, I think it works. It's such a standout camera lens. I don't think anyone's done something like it. And that's exactly what Apple is going for here. They want the iPhone to be immediately recognizable. So you're walking on the street, someone looks over, and then there's this monstrosity there. To Apple, it's good design. Honestly, it is. I personally think for them, it was the best of both worlds from an engineering standpoint and from look-wise. Again, better than the Android one. Also, one more thing I'd like to mention is that the camera lens with a very thin, I'd say this is a reasonably thin case, is almost imperceptible. It is flush. So the rumors that we heard are true, absolutely. Apple shrunk the lens down, but the body itself did gain a little bit of thickness. So this fits very snugly, nicely on this case. You can tell that it's made for it. On the iPhone XS, there's a little bit of giveaway. The phone itself, you can tell it's a little bit loose in here. It's not as thick body-wise. Lens-wise, though, huge improvement. So even though it is a larger lens, surface area-wise, it did shrink down and it's not as thick. And it's very pleasing. Most cases will help you forget you even have a camera bump. Quite nice. Nice after effect of this lens. And I don't have the 6.1-inch with me yet, but looking at these side by side, basically the same camera lens size, but doubled and in this square platter, rounded square, of course, to line up with the 2019 iPhone lineup. And there it is. If you had any doubts whatsoever that the lens would not be changing to this, you know, your hopes are dashed against the rocks, as this is where Apple is heading. and this is the future. We're going to be seeing this in a matter of months. I'm genuinely curious to see how the public will take this. Once the official renders are out, the public opinion, what they think. Right now, currently in its leak stage, people hate it, but once Apple shows you some very juicy, well-made renders, I think your opinion may change. And of course, what the camera will be capable of. The digital image signal processor is going to help it get some insane quality from what we're hearing, the Apple A13. So yeah, anyways, on my end, we're still working on the case. I've learned that it is not as easy to make one. This is a very long ago prototype. We're way past this design, and of course we want to intercept the iPhone 11 launch, but this stuff takes time. So I commend any of the case manufacturers out there that can release a good case before release. As I've learned, it is not easy, but for you on the receiving end, I think that's a good thing because you guys will be getting a very refined product. We spent months working on it. Regardless, this is the iPhone 11. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more leaks. The last one was quite juicy. Do check that out. Peace.